I'm right about everything. Christianity and Islam and what the benefits of both, the downfalls, of both, and so on and so forth. You're better off being a Christian or Muslim. And in the world we're living, people are better off being a Muslim. Just how it is. That's how you solve the problem in the world. With that being said, I'm a Christian, and there's a complicated reason why that is. But let's just say that there's a ritual that has to come to pass, that there's no way around it. It's predestined. I've seen everything that's happened needed to happen, It's God's bigger plan. God revealed it to me. I'm not a prophet or anything, but God just showed me He had a plan. It basically goes like this, to put it in a nutshell. That I'm supposed to go on I'm a great warrior on a great mission. In order to justify converting to Islam, several things needed to happen. When all is said and done, I'm meant to convert to Islam and to take on the New World Order and to die a great warrior, which is going to change the nature of warfare to target the root cause, the secret society structure. So what needed to happen, to make a long story short, is I needed to lose my ex-fiancée. No, let's go back to the beginning. I needed to get my heart broken all my life, especially in high school. Carve a broken heart, to go through the whole fucking reform school system, the psych ward system, and so on and so forth. I needed to fucking, eventually, I get betrayed, get set up by gays and feminists, to truly have the righteous indignation I had. I needed to be betrayed by every group of the spiritual bottom feeders, and it happened. It was all part of the process. So when Nikki set me up to be potentially sexually assaulted, whether it happened or not, it needed to happen. To truly, for me to have no regrets when it comes to telling you about the ills of homosexuality. In my life, I've been proven time and time again right about things. I've proven right. Homosexuals basically started laying off me a little bit more recently. Because at least they haven't been openly gays. It hasn't been gays who are openly gay who have been fucking with me. Because I think they started wisening up to their error and seeing that, this guy, we're proving his point, and what do we do? And they're kind of like, let's try to, try to get out of his radar, or whatever. But anyway, make a long story short, I needed to be betrayed. I needed to make my oath. I needed to break my oath. I needed to, it has to do with resolve. It has to do with destiny. It has to do with a powerful spiritual connection that comes from going to the lowest, from being through some of the worst things and falling out of grace and then being redeemed. The power of redemption, the power of repentance, the power of a pure contrition, of purity, of having my sins absolved by God and returning as a great warrior with no hesitation, with no regret. I truly had to understand why you can't love your enemies. So what is going to happen right now? I know in the past I've been off of my predictions. The reason is in my heart I desired so much to predict things and to be right. And even when I was making those predictions, I felt wrong. But right now, it's the first prediction I'm going to make probably in my life that has to do with something that I couldn't possibly know without a connection to the Spirit. And, it's the first one when I don't feel any chance that I'm wrong. I know that I'm right. And I know that it's the right thing to do. God has revealed it to me. That I will be betrayed by the woman that I've been talking to. And there's little details I don't know. Like whether or not I'll shave off my beard. I don't know. Little things like that. But I do know that I will be betrayed, and it will set me on a course for ultimate jihad, for true jihad. And then once the world sees my jihad, it will redefine the nature of warfare and force everyone to acknowledge that jihad is correct, and that is how it is fought correctly. So anybody who's controlled by ISIS and them, they'll be like, well, look at ISIS. They're not fighting the root cause. They're not doing what Chukwu and Mecca did. So I will redefine jihad. Some of you will say, well, why are you allowing yourself to be betrayed? I would compare it to, I'm not Jesus, okay? But for lack of a better example, for a similar reason why Jesus knew he was being betrayed, I'm not anything near Jesus, but for a similar reason why he knew he was being betrayed and he still went through with it is the same reason. These things have to come to pass. And as a result, the powerful righteous indignation that follows will be a righteous indignation like no other. I will no longer be the top martial artist in America with a question mark about the world. I will truly become the top martial artist in the world. And the power that comes with that is the greatest power to be found on this earth by any mortal. Trust me on that. Everything else is superficial nonsense. We are talking a natural, spiritual power that overcomes nuclear technology, because I can outsmart them, outmaneuver them, and slit their fucking throat before they use their suitcase or whatever the fuck they do. A power that is greater than any power in any form of warfare. One that the white man will never touch because of his great iniquity. There will never be another one of me. You know, I'm not a saint. I'm not a prophet. But I am a transcendent hero. I am the transcendent hero of all transcendent heroes. I am the king of the transcendent heroes when it comes to those who fought in war. Why I have been elevated to this, I don't know. I really don't know why I was chosen. I can guess, I can say, well, I have a certain way about me that I'm very righteous, I'm very passionate. I could give you a million reasons, but I don't know. What I do know that it's in the cards, it's the plan. The plan is for me to be betrayed and for the greatest of wars to be waged. One that is not in the best interest of the kleptocracy, of the military-industrial complex, and so on and so forth. No longer will wars be fought in a way that the masses will believe is not controlled or not a military complex ploy. From now on, that will be some kind of sick game, a game of death. The only true wars will be between people like me and the secret society structure, and all other wars will be money-making endeavors done by unprincipled filth. There's only one true war between good and evil that is being waged in a physical manner from here on out. And that is between people such as myself and a bunch of secret society scum who worship the devil and have the power to enforce demonic social norms on the world. Power, true power, reaching my true potential in a way that the occult could never dream of, is right around the corner. Ultimate power. And before it will corrupt me, I will perish. And before I will perish, I will begin the process of defeating the secret society scum once and for all. Another way to look at it, I will conquer. So those of you who doubt it, I don't blame you. I'm not even saying believe me. All I'm saying, especially to the naysayers and the cowardly spiritual bottom feeders and the pussy-ass fucking mental health scum and all the opposition trash, is pay close attention.